Hey guys, welcome back to Ranger Survival and Fieldcraft. I'm Andrew. Now what I have for you today is a video on a very special emergency military fire starting method. Stand by. So the technique we're going to do today is called a military fire wire thong. This is an improvised method to start fire. It's a take on the traditional primitive wire thong method where we take jungle vines and softer woods, bamboo, and saw into those materials, creating an ember. We take that ember, blow it into flame with the tinder bundle, and we have fire. Only this time we're going to use a little bit of fieldcraft and get a little bit creative with materials that may be available to aircrew and personnel as part of a downed pilot situation. Now this technique is also good for anybody who carries firearms on a regular basis, hunters, trappers, police officers, anybody going into the field, soldiers, because we're going to use that gunpowder from the bullets to actually start the fire as well. The best part of this technique is that we don't need a modern fire starting kit at all. Now for our kit, let's take a look at some of the items we will need for the wire fire thong starting method. Now the first item we're going to have is just that multi-tool. A pair of pliers would work as well. We have that steel galvanized wire, small diameter, it'll heat up faster. We then have our ammunition, so we can use that gunpowder as an accelerant. We have toggles that we're going to use to manipulate the wire as a saw. And then our hearth board, the thing we're going to saw into. Our block to keep our hearth board up off the ground so we can saw effectively. A catch to catch the gunpowder and our tinder. And then any type of tinder to use with this method. Now I'm going to use a saw to harvest the material to create our wire fire thong, but we could use our body weight or leverage or any means available to us to process the material down to the sizes that we need. We don't have to use tools if we don't have them available, but Aircrew may have axes or saws available as part of their ditch kit. We want to look for material that is a soft, dry, dead wood, preferably up off the ground, that has minimal moisture damage and rot. The reason being is that we want the fibers of that wood nice and tight, and when we saw in with that steel wire, we'll create friction fast and in a hurry to heat up that wire so we can apply it to our gunpowder and ignite that gunpowder. That gunpowder is going to ignite at approximately 300 degrees Fahrenheit, so we need a good piece of material to heat that wire up. If we want to safeguard our ammunition and we want to safeguard our tinder and not expose it to the elements prior to starting this fire, we can simply test this method out by sawing into our hearth board. We place the toggles through the loops on our wire. We're going to use clamps for this demonstration. And then we put our block on the ground. We take our hearth board, laying it perpendicular, place it on top of our block. That way there's some room or a gap between the ground and our hearth board. Slide our wire underneath. We're going to step on the bottom portion of our hearth, holding it in place with our foot, and then begin sawing. At first, it's going to feel smooth, but eventually the friction will build up, and you'll feel it as you saw. Once we create a lot of smoke, we know this set is good to go. Today, we have multiple rounds in our magazine, which means we have multiple attempts with this fire starting method. The best part about this is that the saw is going to eat up very little space on the hearth board, so we have that hearth board for longer than we would another primitive fire starting method like the bow drill. But we take the bullet out, remove the projectile, dump the powder out onto our catch, saw, apply the hot cable to that gunpowder. It will ignite, and then we have fire. Now that we know we have a proven set, we're going to put it all together. We take out another round from our magazine, remove the projectile, dump that gunpowder onto our catch. We'll take out our tinder, whatever it may be, place that tinder behind the gunpowder is my preferred method to make space for that hot wire. We're going to step on that hearth board, holding the set in place, grab our toggles with our cable, and begin sawing. Once we start building up that smoke, we'll go for a few extra seconds to get enough heat in that cable. And then once we have enough heat, we're going to pull all the way to the side that our catch is on, take that cable, touch the gunpowder, and then ignite that gunpowder and ignite our tinder, and we have fire. We can use this method with natural materials as well, especially if we don't have tinder on us or we can't find it for whatever reason. We grab natural materials from the area, in this case grass. We're going to make a tinder bundle or a bird's nest, place it behind our catch, grab another round from our magazine, remove the projectile, dump the powder onto the catch. We saw into our hearth with our cable, get it hot, and then we take that cable, touch it to the gunpowder, ignite the powder, it burns and lights our tinder for us. Now, the only thing left to do once we get our tinder lit is to add this to our fire lay, or add our fire material over top of our tinder and build our survival fire. Too easy. Alright guys, well, I hope you liked that video. A very down and dirty video on an old school, long-lasting survival emergency fire starting technique called the wire fire thong method. So if you like this video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, leave me a comment in the comment section. I always appreciate your feedback. I want to thank you guys for everything you do for me, for this channel, for your likes, your views, your subscriptions, your comments, your feedback, and your shares. And I'll be back with another video as soon as I can, guys. Thanks.